start. So, I mean, the smart home as it stands today is really a kind of amalgamation of a bunch of different things, and today is actually pretty geeky. It's still very early days. I would say there's been a promise of living your life with more ease, and automation, and having your home. Oh, sorry, I talk out loud. Having your home take care of you, as opposed to having to basically be the IT staff here at home. But this is really early days. I hope that as all of us kind of mature our products, build more great things, that you start to see more, instead of islands, you start to see nations of products. And today it's very early. There's a lot of great technology you can buy for your home, throughout your life, but a lot of it's not very approachable, and a lot of it's really either you're too techy or you just don't understand how it works. So we try to take the approach where we just make things really simple, make it really obvious, and design it well. So that, again, like your iPhone experience that you have in your hand, it's an easy transition to your home. You're used to this great experience in the palm of your hand. Why shouldn't your home be the same way? What Mike's team's done is actually really smart. It's kind of there's a lot of fragmentation in the smart home today. Like beyond anything I can actually express, it's a nightmare. The Wild West is like a wild web, but that's it. Like standards do take a lot of time, and in fact, there may actually never be standards because there are competing standards, and which one do you pick? And it's really hard as a device manufacturer to pick what you do. So I think a lot of this is going to come through critical mass, and this is a lot like Wi-Fi 15 years ago, or Ethernet 25 years ago. There's a lot of different ways of connecting devices. Whichever one has the most momentum should be able to bring others with them. So again, I'm not worried. This is not a problem. This is still early days. Like again, if this was 5 years from now, it would be a disaster actually. But it's still very early, and there's not a lot of popular smart home devices. So I think it's totally okay. That said, there's a lot that needs to happen. Today, we don't have a big problem. Like there's not a lot of smart home devices, so there isn't a need for a lot of except for things like you want to leave that house. The house should turn off. It makes total sense. It kind of reminds me of back in the day when we used to have these internet portals. Like you go to yahoo.com, it would serve all your internet needs. That doesn't happen anymore. There's a lot of best fits if you want to go to the portal for exactly your need. You want to go to Gmail for your mail, but you want to get your news from somewhere else. You don't go to one-stop shop anymore. That said, there's all these other services that are later on top of the internet now, like Google Now, where you don't need to actually check your calendar. It's going to give you a notification saying, hey, should go to the airport. Now, that experience hasn't transferred to the home yet, but I think over the next few years it will. I think this is a very, very long road. I mean, if you look at the internet as a whole, like mid-90s, small communities, not mainstream, like late 90s, starting to get much broader with first e-commerce opportunities, those kind of things. But it really wasn't until like this last decade where it was really mainstream and broad. Like this is a very, very long road. Like we have a short memory about how long things take. Again, this is another topic we spend a lot of time on. And this is something that's probably handled very poorly across the industry because, again, there's no regulations and not a lot of oversight and privacy in general. Not just the Internet of Things, but in general. Like when you go to a website and type in your login and password and your banking kind of information, there's privacy statements on the bottom that you never actually read. Right? Like, this is a general problem. This is not just related to the smart home. That said, this is the consumer's problem. It's the most obvious answer. It's the right answer. If a consumer says, hey, I don't want you to collect my data and delete my stuff, you gotta do it. That's the right thing to do. That said, there's a lot of other large organizations that find value in that data and want to get at it for advertising reasons or to sell you stuff or to cross-index and upsell. And it's up to guys like us to make sure that that doesn't happen and we keep the consumers' trust. I get probably 4 or 5 emails a day from consumers about privacy and making sure that we're doing the right thing. It's on people's minds.